All right. Should we be increasing hotel security by me, Matthew Caruso? On October 1st, 2017, Stephen Padlock shot into an open crowd of around 30,000 people from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay and shot 1,100 rounds into a music festival that was across the street. He unfortunately ended up killing 58 and injuring 546. It was the largest mass killing by a single individual in modern history. Right here, this picture right here, you can kind of see where the music festival was, and then right here is kind of like where he shot from out of his hotel room. Um, and then here you can kind of see the broken windows from the rooms that he shot out of. So obviously, this event has people wondering how this is going to change hotel security in the short term and in the long term. Anytime events like this happen, people always refer to 9/11 and kind of refer to it as how things change and how we can improve security. After 9/11, 3,000 people were killed in terror attacks, and airport security obviously changed drastically ever since. As a result, the Aviation and Transportation Security Act was created, and as a result of that, the TSA was created. The TSA gave uh, the government direct responsibility of all airport screenings, looked for explosive detector systems. Later on, as the technology advanced, they got full body scanners and were able to check for weapons on people's persons and things like that. 60,000 people were hired at the start of the TSA, so it was a big deal. People were nervous about airport security after that event, and it's just like how people were nervous about hotel security after the shooting. Um, Steve Wynn has actually implemented a kind of a stricter security approach. Kind of before this, he kind of has implemented this before. This has been ongoing. He implemented this before the shootings, but he actually has metal detectors and devices at every entrance that aren't visible. And if a guard sees something suspicious or one of those metal detectors beeps, that guest will be stopped. Um, in addition to that, he's hired ex-Marines with security backgrounds to kind of keep an eye for this kind of thing. There's 40 guards on duty at any given time, and they're constantly rotating every 2 hours so they don't get bored. He's also hired SEAL Team 6 veteran CIA agents that are in constant contact with Homeland Security, the FBI, and Metro over suspicious activity. Um, John Cho, who is the head of the Wynn Security, says, knowing what he knows about the extent of the security measures that went on call, it would be unlikely that a guest would have been able to sneak guns in. It's kind of like his reactions from the shooting. A new industry standard. Right now, there's no industry standard for metal detectors and bag checks. Although some hotels do this to some degree, and more people are kind of advocating towards it since the Route 91 shooting. But there's a reason why this isn't a standard. And when you take in consideration that a lot of these hotels are huge, they have huge convention spaces, huge meeting spaces, and a lot of people check in at the same time, that's going to create bottlenecks. Not only do people have to wait in line to check in, they have to wait in line to get the bags checked and the person checked for weapons and things like that. It's kind of an inconvenience thing. Um, Dick Hudak of the former director of Sheridan says industries like banks and airports sacrifice convenience for safety, and consumers are willing to sacrifice that convenience for safety in those industries. But are hotels ready for that? That's the question. So where's the industry headed since this event? Well, there's no doubt about it. Americans do value convenience. And hotels and traveling and things like that. Um, People expect that convenience. They're on vacation most of the time, and at the same time, the events that happen in Mandalay Bay also has people nervous. So, as a result, Dina Ting, the hospitality editor at Skiff, says the very first thing that hotels will consider is more security in the short term. More visible security, kind of similar to what Wynn is doing with invisible metal detectors and guards at every door and stuff like that. And as a result of the inconvenience thing, it's also very highly unlikely that industries will start implementing full body scanners and bag checks, at least for now. Maybe there might be a new technology that'll come. The industry will take more of a middle ground since this event and up their visible security in the wake of the shooting. Specifically, how casinos will do that. Most casinos don't really talk about their security and the security measures and their plan, but probably see something similar to what Wynn has already implemented. All right, any questions? No? Okay.